All right, what's happening, y'all? What's happening? I'm going to see if Facebook is good with the audio. I think YouTube might actually be distorted with the audio because I think I got the charger on. Let me check that real quick. Sit tight for a second. All right, so I have no way to check YouTube because for some reason I can't see the feed no more when I'm on YouTube. So I can't listen or see the video. It's like the weirdest thing ever. Matter of fact, let me see if I can open it in a different browser because this is silly. I don't understand why I can't see the video. Like it's crazy. Let me see if it works in a different browser. Seems like it should work in a different browser at least. Like, why am I not able to see it? That's stupid. Shit is, yeah, it's like stuff just be going on. It's crazy. All right. In any case, y'all let me know. Oh, there it is. All right, so I can see it in a different browser. All right, so let me test it from over here. See how audio is coming in over here. Okay, audio is good. All right, so we good. We good on YouTube. I straight got to have it open on a whole separate browser. Well, at least it's working. So let me stop complaining. Let me stop complaining and just be quiet. All right, so YouTube is good. Let me check in on Facebook real quick and see how the audio is there. Also on Instagram, someone let me know if audio is coming through clear when you get a moment. And thank you, Keith, for posting the website over there as well. All right. Audio's good? All right, excellent. Cool. All right. So we got Facebook is the last one I need to check. In any case, okay, so Facebook is good. All right, cool. Cool, man. So let me do this. Let me finish distributing this and then we'll come back on and I'll get ready to record for the podcast. Yeah, we'll do it like that. So I'm going to finish distribution and then I'll be right back. Yes, sit tight.
I miss that sexy smile, looking for the scene. You, I hope I will lose control. Love you every night, no checking the time, 'cause I was loving you all night long. I can let you go, baby, it's the right thing, I already know. And we're feeling, I really do understand the truth, we can't time, just us loving you all night long. I can't let you go, baby, it's the right we already know, and we feel it. I really do, I said the truth, we can't go any road. Need you now. Let's change the clothes we haven't tried. You know how you make me feel alive. Come close to me, I'm obsessed with your different kind of style. Don't you ever leave, step by my side. On my head, cause I don't have much time. I wanna hug you forever. Miss that sexy smile, looking for to see you. I hope I will lose control. Love you every night, checking the time, 'cause I'm loving you all night long. I miss that sexy smile, looking for to see you. I hope I will lose control.
All right, we all set, I believe. Um, is it me or does it seem? It's good enough. I'm being extra OCD-ish right now, but the lighting looks good. I think we good. All right, we're good enough. All right, so when you guys come on, please make sure that you like the video, whatever platform that you're tuning in from. If you're on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, turn on your bell notifications, like and share the video. If you're tuning in from Facebook, you'll be accessing either from the TeamAlliance page. And if you are, be sure to like the video, turn on the notification so that you receive an alert when we go live from the page on Facebook. And also follow the TeamAlliance page. You also may be accessing from my personal timeline as well. In either case, when you come on, say what's up so I know that you're there and I can give you acknowledgement. And if you're tuning in from Instagram, make sure that you like and share the video and also follow the Instagram page, which is at TeamAlliance 2018. Also, the podcast itself, the audio version of what you're looking at now, is available to listen to when you go to the BrooklynMosesPodcast.com. All right. You can access it directly from the page there, or you can also access from Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and wherever podcasts are available. All right, you'll see it. You can just run a search for the Brooklyn Moses podcast and it'll come up. All right. There's also a way for you to support the podcast now also from the podcast page. So when you go to the Brooklyn Moses podcast, you'll see it. You can support the podcast now. All right. I don't even know exactly how it works, but there's an option for you to do it. I think that you can give like a donation or something like that. But whatever, if you're feeling it like that, man, show love. I'm going to utilize everything that they make available because people are going to show the appreciation if they can. So it is what it is. Who am I to stop them? Right? I didn't realize how many people listen to podcasts. It's crazy. It's ill. It actually is. The podcast gets a lot of listens. I didn't even know nobody knew about the podcast like that. But obviously people are they're finding out about it. So that is all of the distribution, all of the plugin and all that stuff. All right. So we're going to start the actual recording for the podcast. We're going to get into it. And we should be good everywhere. What was it that I missed? Did I miss something? Oh, the website. So I'm going to put that in the comments section of Facebook and also on YouTube as well. So it'll be pinned in the comments, the link for the audio podcast. All right, which is the audio version of this. All right, so we're going to start recording. Let's get to it. Yeah. Back at it. This is Mark Fuller, TeamAlliance, the Brooklyn Moses podcast, season 2, episode number 33. Yep. Great topic today. Shout out to all the Tauruses out there. Well, now we into Gemini season, right? I usually don't do that. I don't really be bigging up birthdays and all that, but if you're celebrating your birthday, happy birthday. What's funny is that there's somebody's birthday every day. So happy birthday to whoever's birthday is today. Shit, I can't keep up. It's too many people with a birthday. You be like, oh, happy belated birthday. Your birthday was last Wednesday. Okay, happy belated birthday. Listen, I can't keep up with none of that shit. If you remember, just say happy birthday. If you don't, say happy belated birthday or just say happy birthday every day. That way you'll be on the safe side. Shit. Happy birthday, everybody. I'm going to just say that every day. Watch. And I bet you they start copying me too. Like shit, it's too many people, man. My sister's birthday was yesterday. I'm like, listen. I barely remember my own birthday. I'm supposed to remember everybody else's. All right. So we got a great topic today. We're going to get into the purpose of freedom. This is good today. The purpose of freedom is not starting over. I think that people, I'm not going to say that they have it confused, but they kind of have it confused when it comes to what we are doing here. Don't be confused because you see me starting projects over, I'll complete a project and then I'll do another one. That type of thing. The reason that I will ever do a project in the first place is not for me. It's for being able to document what it is that I'm capable of doing with the skill set that I have. All right. So let's be clear on why I do projects. And I ain't do the shout outs. Dang, man. Let me do a roll call real quick. My OCD is on a whole nother level for real. I knew it was something else I didn't do. All right, we got Next Generation Solutions in the building. I see Tracy. This is on IG, by the way. I see Key in the building. J Mark is in the building. NV Schmidt, Willis Major. Jay Carly is over here as well. I see LaBelle Torre is in the building as well. Money Time is here. And Ron Carter as well. JR Bliss is also in the building over on IG. All right, IG is heavy today. Yes. I like it, man. I like it. On Facebook, I know I saw Melody. I know I saw Melanie. Excuse me. Sorry, Mel. On Facebook, holding it down. So shout out to Mel. Shout out to anybody that's coming in on Facebook late. When you get here, what's up? And of course, on YouTube, let's see who we got in the building. Let me see something. Oh, I can't do the thing over there. Wait, let me go over on this side then. Dang, see, this is kind of jamming me up on YouTube. They acting funny. All right. On YouTube, I see Walker in the building. J. Carly is here. Maui Jeff. Forrest is over here. BCJ's in the building. Bilal, Kalisha, Phil Drake, Orion. Shawnee is here. Tav is here. Mel is over here as well. Upstate Boxing, what's good? Jermaine is here. Stacy is here. Clear is here. Ron Carter is over here as well. Brendan Thompson. Who else we got over here? Peter Leonardi in the building. All right, man, you know what it is. All right. OCD in full effect. All right, so now listen, with this topic, when you see me doing a project, and this is at any time, at any time I'll be doing the project. I did Project 21. When was Project 21? What year we in? 2021? Was that 2020 or 2019? Project 21 might have been 2019 going into 2020 because I had slowed down to one trade, no more than one trade per week on purpose. And I did that at the time because I wanted people to see that it doesn't matter how long it takes you. The purpose is to complete the project so that you can get into the position that you want to be in as far as the size of your account and the amount of income that your account will generate. This is the purpose of the projects. The purpose of the project is not to complete the project and then start over. That's not what we're doing. Also realize that I operate in more than one account. So if I have an account that I'm using for projects, that's all I'm using that account for. My normal account is in position. I'm in position. I'm always going to remain in position. So I'm not starting over my whole career each time I start a project, which is what I think that people think. Like, oh, he's starting from the beginning. No. Why would I want to start over? Understand, I'm not doing the project for me. I'm doing the project for you. So I realized that people have this misunderstanding about projects. If you are working to complete the project, your only mission is to be profitable on the trade that you take right now. That's your goal. Don't think about how many trades, this, that, and the third. Your job is to press record. When you trade, it will be recorded. You're documenting what you're doing. When your trade completes, you scale up to the next size. All of this is following the spreadsheet that you are given when you come into TA. The Project Freedom spreadsheet for 30 trades. 30 trades of freedom, 30 trades and 30, whatever you want to call it. Because I've called it different things because I've done different things and different projects at different times. But basically, the 30 trade spreadsheet. Now I'm calling it Project Freedom. It's the same thing. It's the same thing I did when I did 30 trades in 30 days. It's not that I wanted to do it in 30 days. It's just it was 30 individual days, regardless of how many days it actually took. I forgot exactly how many days it took. It might have been like 60 something days altogether for that project. So now I'm doing Project Freedom. I'm just doing it again. But understand, every time that I actually take time to do a project, it's because I want to show you how the market is looking when I'm in a trade. So let's be clear on why I'm doing it. I'm not doing it to show you, oh man, look at me. Watch me do it again. Like, who cares? I've done projects how many times now? Trade or die, right? All or none, huh? What was the other one? 1 a day challenge. You can go back years ago. 1 a day challenge, right? Project 21, slow and steady project, blueprint project. Like, how many projects have I done? I've done a bunch of projects, but what's the purpose of me doing the project? Is it to keep starting over? No, it's not. The purpose of me doing a project is to show you the market, because I want you to see how the market is looking the same on each trade that I'm in throughout the project. I'm not taking different trades because I have a different contract size. I'm not taking a different trade, or I should say trading at a different time, AKA the wrong time, that could potentially lead to a loss. I'm not doing that. I'm trading at the right time, where the outcome is always the same for the trade, regardless of how many contracts are on the trade. This, again, is the purpose of the project. It's to show you that the market is looking the same way, regardless of what trade I take or receive. Let me rewind. Hold on. I'm still working on not saying take. Regardless of what trade I receive from the market is still looking the same. When you look, you seeing RCB. That's what you're seeing. So instead of you getting all caught up in the trade, oh, that was a good trade. We don't care about the trade. The question is, well, how'd the market look? Oh, well, Mark, yeah, I saw it. Yeah, you're right. Had a range, definitely did. I saw the clusters. I saw the barrier. Yep. Yeah. That's how you talk when you see these videos. You see? So now all we're doing over time is just continuously elevating to a higher level of skill and a higher level of synergy on the team. What do I mean by that? What I'm saying is that y'all are seeing the trades that I'm in, and y'all saw the market at the time. Many of you were in the same trade, or you saw it at the time. Meaning that, you confirming, yep, I did see that. Okay, he was in that one. Cool. Yes? Synergy. You need to be able to do what I'm doing because you see what I'm seeing. That's it. That's it. That's all we are concerned with. You want to be able to do what I'm doing because you see what I'm seeing. And that's it. Period. So the only way to do that is by being able to, along the journey, not only see what I'm doing when I record and when I'm doing the project, but to duplicate that. When you're observing the market, record. Record. Let me tell you what goes on pretty often now. People have videos for the same trade that I'm in for the project. They recorded their observation of the same trade that I received in the market at the time for the project that I'm doing. Synergy. So there's a reason that synergy is manifesting at a much higher level now. And it's because people are not only training, but they're actually executing and applying what they're learning in the training. What's the first thing I tell you to do when you sign up? Very first thing I tell you to do. 4 videos in the playlist. I tell you to watch 301 playlists on repeat. In those videos, you'll hear me push you into recording. You'll hear it. I talk about it in 301 Mindset. I talk about it in stability training. And of course, we talk about it all day, every day in the group chat. Recording. Why is that so important? Because you need to document your journey. Not just your trades. You need to record when you're looking. You're doing an observation, record it. Not screenshots. And I'm not taking shots at anybody because I know some of you post screenshots in the group chat. But the reason that I'm saying not screenshots is because the screenshot doesn't show you what the market was doing. All it is a picture of how the market looked at that moment. But we want to be able to see what you were looking at. Not to see what you took a picture of in your head, because that's what the snapshot represents, right? When you post a video, it's different. We're looking at how the market is moving. That's key for us. We need to know how the market is moving. Well, how is the market moving? Oh, I can't tell you that from a screenshot. I don't know how the market was moving. I could see what it looks like, but I don't know how the movement was. Does that make sense? So I'm pushing you into the direction that you need to be in order for you to operate efficiently throughout your training and ultimately throughout your trading. Because the same things that you do when you're in the training period are the same exact things you'll do when you start actually trading and entering into the market with money. You'll do the same shit that you do when you're training. Same things. So if you develop the wrong habits, guess what's going to happen when you trade? You'll be trading the wrong habits all day. That's a problem. That is a problem. So the reason that you want to document is not just for you. See, some of you feel like, oh, I don't got to record, man, because I got it. I know what I'm doing. I don't got to record. The recording is not for you. Well, just think about for a moment. Let's say that me, right? I'm like, hey, what's up, y'all? I'm about to do a project real quick. I'll let y'all know how I'm doing in the project. And all I did was post the emails. What are you learning from that? Nothing. All you learning is that I won another trade. But do I do that? No. What do? I record. So you can see how the market looked when I was in the trade. You can see the time that I was in the trade. The day. Right? You can verify that you were observing the market at that same time because I recorded it. So my documentation helps you. You see? So I'm helping you being the collective, meaning that everybody benefits from that. So the same thing applies when you record. If you have a question for me, how can I answer the question if I can't see how the market looked at the time? Oh, Mark, I was observing and I saw the market, it was moving back and forth and I thought I saw a back tick, but I wasn't sure. Guess what? I don't know what you're talking about right now. I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, well, Mark, you know when the pricing is there first and then it flashes and it comes back in. I don't know what you're talking about. There's so many different variables and different things that the market does. Why would I know what you're talking about specifically? I don't know. But now if you record and you send me the recording, you don't really got to say much. Just let me watch it. When I watch it, I'll tell you exactly what's going on. I'll break it down. Market right here wasn't quite stable yet. Market right here still had too much movement. Overall, there was just too much movement still. See, your question could have been a trade question. And before you had a chance to ask the trade question, I gave you back the feedback. And I removed the need for you to ask a trade question so you don't ask the question. You was about to ask me about trade, right? You might have been about to ask me, all right, so Mark, when this sets up like this, see, these are trigger words for me. And you already know that. If for those of you that have been around me long enough, you know the trigger words set me off. As soon as you say setup, I'm like, huh? What? What? You know, like you understand? You say that too much, you might get throat punched. Like, say set up again. Say it again. So I don't want you asking me a trade question. I want you to ask a market question. Don't ask me nothing about how a trade does this and when should I pull the trigger? Listen, all of that comes in time. It's not about when you should pull the trigger. It's about why you should pull the trigger. And there's only one answer to why. The only answer is because the market was stable. The tools that we use to recognize that stability is called RCB. Was RCB present? That's the question that you should be asking. Not, oh, well, I noticed that pricing went out, but can I still take it even if there's no pricing? Why are you worrying about that? Why are you worrying about that? The question should be, well, should I even be in the market right now? Well, let me look at how the market was moving. You know what? I shouldn't even been in the market. Nope, it was doing too much back and forth. Oh, you know what? There was no range. The barrier was there, but the candles are not clustering yet. This is stuff you should be focusing on. And again, this is why I want you to record. Because when you record, these questions that I'm giving you are going to be the questions that you're provoked to ask. Not, oh, well, Mark, when should we actually take the trade? We don't take trades. That's number one. We receive trades, and when we are receiving a trade, it's only because the market was stable and gave us the trade. The market literally handed us the trade, meaning that all of the parameters were lined up at the right time. See, when you in trade mode, you're looking for all the parameters to be lined up, regardless of the time. So you're ignoring the time, ignoring the ultimate behavior present in the market, ignoring whether or not the market was stable or not, and you're trying to get into a trade. You worrying about a fill. Oh, I didn't get filled. Mark, I don't know why my orders, they keep getting canceled. Why are you worrying about your order being canceled? Just think about that for a minute. Think about it. I'll give you an example. One of the reasons that an order will be canceled is because there was no available pricing on the option at the time. And if there was no available pricing at the time, then there's more of a likelihood that the market was actually stable. Because it means that there was no jerky type of movement in the price of the actual market that shifted the indicative to allow option pricing to pull you into the trade. because you have an order sitting there. Are you following me? So you don't ever want to be pulled into a trade and not understand whether or not the time was right to be in a trade. Man, oh man. This is good today. You don't want to be pulled into a trade not knowing whether or not you should be in a trade at all. You should know whether you should be present in a trade first. Period. Then we can talk about trade stuff. Then we can look and see, all right, might get filled, might not get filled. But your confidence needs to be 100% in what you recognized in the market, not what you saw the trade setting up doing. We don't care about the trade setup. What good is a good trade setup at the wrong time? What good is it when you have pricing and you got all these things looking good, but the timing is wrong? And you enter the trade and then the market reverses and goes in the opposite direction. Or better yet, it does that in the last 10 seconds. But everything before that looks so good with the trade. This is what I mean about being focused on the wrong thing. You see? So again, I just want to revert back to the actual topic. The purpose of you completing the project is to not have to start over. You don't want to have to keep starting over. Why? Like for what? Why would I work my way up to hundreds of contracts and then start back at one? If I'm you, remember, we ain't talking about me. We're talking about you. If you personally completed the project and you got hundreds of contracts now available for you to trade and you're in position to generate that type of money, why would you want to start over? See? So understand where your focus needs to be at all times. Your focus always needs to be so clear that what you're focused on is only relevant to the elevation of your skill at all times. That's it. You're not worrying about trades. You're not worrying about completing the project. You're not worrying about this, worrying about the entry, worrying about that. You're focusing on, is the market stable? Market's not stable. Nope. It ain't stable. Nope. Let me record. Okay. Let's look at some recordings. Look at how the market look right there. Nah, it's not quite there yet. Look at how the market there look right there. It doesn't have a range yet. Look at the market. No barrier yet. Look at the market. It ain't clustering yet. Look at the market. It's jerky. Look at the market. Nah, there's too much overall movement still. That's how you're elevating your skill set. You don't listen. You don't have to worry about trades. Trades come because the market will give them to you. But you have to wait for the market to be in alignment first. When the market is in alignment and stable, then when the trade comes, you'll know it's the right one. Well, Mark, when's the right, what's the right trade? The right trade is the trade that you know is going to win. Well, Mark, we have no way of knowing that. Yes, we do. We surely do. We surely do. So understand that if you're not waiting for that, then you're doing something else. And the something else that you're doing is basically a coin flip. You flipping a coin. You might as well just, hey, if it lands on tails, I'm going to sell. If it lands on heads, I'll buy. Go ahead and flip the coin. Because those are the chances that you have when you don't recognize whether or not the market is stable at the time or not. Coin flip all day. So if you feel that you can build your career off of coin flipping, more power to you. Go ahead and do your thing. But you will not be able to build a consistently profitable career off of coin flipping. Let me just tell you that. You ain't gonna be able to do it. So if you know what's funny is that you think that you'll be able to do it because in your mind you're like, well, all I got to do is just get 30 trades in a row. Yeah, you're right. Now the question becomes how? How you gonna do that? How you gonna do that? How you gonna deal with your emotions when your contract sizes go up? It feels different when you got 10 contracts versus one. It feels different when you got 50 versus 10. And I'm not saying that it feels different and it affects you. What I'm saying is that it feels different because you're seeing a larger number. So in your mind, it is different. You're like, whoa, 50 contracts. Wow. When you're at 5 contracts and then you at 20, you're like, man, I'm at 20 contracts. You don't mean to do it, but it's damn near impossible to ignore it. You see the number. But again, this is stuff that training helps you to overcome so that you don't even worry about that. You know what? I ain't thinking about the contracts no more. I ain't thinking about how many trades I got left. I ain't thinking about none of that. What am I thinking about? 1-0. All I'm thinking about is recognizing stability in the market, knowing that the market is stable at the time that that I receive my trade. And when that trade comes, it's going to win. Because the market gave me that trade at the right time when it was in alignment. That's it. Like, there ain't nothing else to talk about. And when you focus on that and you train on that and you repeat that every day, day in, day out, over and over, over and over, over and over, what you think gonna happen? That's what you'll do. See? The same way that when you do bullshit, that's what you keep doing. Right? Keep making deposits. You keep having to make another deposit. Stop doing your bullshit and you'll stop making deposits. Come on now. Come on now. All right, so look, let me come in the comments real quick. I'm pretty sure that there are some good ones. Yeah, it was 152 consecutive days. Yep. Sipping slow. How do you protect your capital if you can't trade risk to reward? Meaning, how do you know what price to select per share? Sipping, we trade binary options. They're a little different than traditional stocks. So I see that the question that you're asking is more so like a question that would be relevant for stocks. But what we trade is a little different because we have predetermined risk on each trade. So you know in advance what you could potentially lose if you don't win the trade. Right? And winning is just simply synonymous with being correct about where the market ends when the binary actually expires. So when the clock runs out on the binary option, wherever the market ends will determine whether you win or lose that trade. So you just got to be correct about where it ends. If you're buying, it just has to end above your strike price or your level, your binary level. If you're selling, it has to end below that line. And if you're correct, then you'll collect the profit. If you're wrong, then you would lose the amount that you're risking on the trade. So in other words, whatever's on the other side of the scale. The scale is 100 for one contract. So let's say that you're risking $80 to make $20. That would be your risk on the trade, $80. You could lose 80 if you're wrong. And let's flip that around. You could also risk 20. If you make money and you win that trade, you'll make 80, But if you're wrong, you'll lose 20. And needless to say, it's more difficult to be correct with that risk reward because you can potentially make a lot more than you would lose if you're right. So that's the difference as far as risk goes between, like, you know, what you're asking about stocks versus what we trade on this platform called NADEX with the binary options. So it's different, but that's a very good question. And I see Jay Carter. She she helped you out a lot, actually. Let me see. I'm asking about the project though. 100 to 118. One share was purchased. What I didn't see was how it was determined what value you give your trade based on this scaling matrix. Was it at 18? Not shares, contracts. One contract was purchased. I'm in the training, so I'm asking for clarity. Sip and Slow, what's your name? Who are you in training? Just let me know who you actually are, like on Facebook, so I'll know who you are. But the contract, when you buy one contract, right? The contract is broken down the way I just described. Let's say that I'm entering with the potential to earn $20. If I can earn 20, it means I could lose 80 if I'm wrong. But I ain't gonna be wrong though. So I'm gonna make 20, right? So now let's take the 20. When you take the $20, NADEX, every time that you trade, charges what type of fee is it called? Is it a transaction fee? I think it's a transaction fee. I think that's what they call it. But whatever, they charge a fee for when you trade with one contract. Per contract, the fee is $2 if you win. If you lose, you pay $1. Okay. And this is, again, I'm glad that you actually asked that because this will be educational for people that are not in the know. Okay. The $2 will be deducted from your profit if you win the trade. So that's where the $18 came from. You understand? So the 18 came from 20 minus 2. That's where the 18 came from. So the 18 now is added to the $100 balance, and then you see the balance increase after each trade because each profit that you collect from winning the trade is added to the balance, thus increasing the size of your account. So as your account size increases, and this is how the project works, as your account increases, you can trade more contracts. So you'll get to the point like after, I think it's after the fifth or on the fifth trade. And this is using the same $20 profit that I use, right? On the fifth trade, you'll be at 2 contracts because you'll have enough money in the account to trade 2 contracts. You see? And now you can trade 2 contracts. So now you'll earn $20 twice. You earn 40 and you deduct the fee, which is $2 per contract. So you deduct $4 from the 40 and it gives you the $36 profit. You see? So instead of making 18, now you're making 36 because you got 2 contracts. And that's how you just continuously increase and compound your account, by simply increasing your contract size as your account grows. So basically all we do is we give full value to every trade. Now, what do I mean by that? In the project, every trade that we're going to enter, we give full value to. So however many contracts we can actually enter into the market with based on the account balance, that's going to be the contract size. And that's what the project spreadsheet breaks down. The spreadsheet is based on what I'm describing. It'll show you exactly how many contracts to use for the next trade. So when you go to trade 1 and you see 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so on and so forth, every time that you get to the next trade, you'll see the increase in the contract size for the next trade. So you'll know exactly how many contracts to trade for your next one, because it's going to take into consideration the entire balance that you have in your account. And we're going to give full value to the trade. Oh, but Mark, are you saying you're gonna put the whole account at risk? Yes. That's not good money management, though, Mark. That's not good money management at all. Describe good money management. Why would it not be good money management if I'm going to win my trades? Why would it not be good risk management if I have the skill to win trades? See, this will help you to rethink the way that you traditionally think about risk. It's like, well, when we're dealing with the market, what's the risk that we're facing? The real risk is you not understanding the market to begin with. Think about it. If you don't understand the movement of the market and, how to position your trade when you enter, then you are at a disadvantage. You got risk. It's risky for you because you don't understand the market to begin with. But what happens when you actually start to take the time to learn and study and observe and understand and gain knowledge of the market itself? What happens then? When you start to recognize stability in the market and you see behavior that leads to the market remaining in a position that it's in already, AKA doing the very thing that will win a trade over and over again. What happens when you learn how to recognize that? You see, it shifts the risk away from you. Now, you pretty much eliminated the risk because you've increased your knowledge of the market itself. And as you add on things like patience and discipline and waiting for the trade to come to you, all of this increases that likelihood of you winning, because you're going to only wait for the trade that comes at the right time, meaning at the time when the market is stable, so that the market remains in the position that it's in for that trade to win. And if you think about that, doesn't that make a whole lot more sense than just throwing the dart? All right, let me see if I can win some trades. Anybody can take trades. People trade all day. But it's understanding why you are in a trade right now. Are you in a trade because the trade's set up? Or are you in a trade because the market is stable and the trade was given to you? Big difference between those two things right there. Huge difference. But that's a good question. Mike Skeffington, what's happening? He says trade the obvious. Preach, Mark, good to see you. Yes, indeed, man. Good to see you as well. Jay Carley said, I was never starting over from the freedom phase. What the hell? Walker said, whoever's starting back at one listened to Brian McKnight too many times. Right, back at one. Silly. Jay Carley, if you're in training, your answer is 301. How you gonna feel when you flip the coin on tails on number 29? Right. Peter said when the coin flipping classes start. February 31st. Yeah, you're silly, man. Jay Carter, me starting over from 3 because I want all of my documentation to be uniform, and our entire process is quite different from starting over after you've hit 30. So I don't believe anyone without documentation. First of all, this topic got me mad pressed. Documentation ain't for you, it's for everyone. Don't expect congratulations on your word. It's coming from this way. Yeah, and that's another part of it too. It's like, see, when you see, this is another thing too about recording and documentation. When you record and document what you did, you don't have to try to explain anything. There are people that'll come on the YouTube channel, right? And they be so upset. They be mad at me. Like, they just be mad for no reason. You know, they'll say all type of things. They'll take all type of shots. Oh, your balance is only $1,000. Okay. What you talking about?
What you talking about, Willis?
The balance is $1,000. I started with $100. So $1,000 balance means I 10x the $100. Like, I'm confused. What's your point? But they'll say silly stuff like that. Oh, it's only $1,000. So then what happens when you see the balance bigger, right? I mean, because where are we now? I think right now, we on trade 18? I think I just released 18 for this project. So I think now the balance is over 2,000. It's probably about 2,200 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So now the balance is 2,000. What you gonna say now? Oh, the balance is only 2,000. Like what you're saying doesn't even make sense. Mind you, it'll be 2,000 from the same 100. When it gets to 3, 4, and 5,000, it's from the same 100. When it gets to 10, 15,000, it's from the same 100. When it's at 20,000, it's from the same 100. All I'm doing is using my skill to X the 100. That's all. That's all we're doing. And you're upset because I documented it? See, first you would be upset because I didn't document it. Right? But you wouldn't have to, because I never talked about it until I did it anyway. This is one thing too I'll say about myself. I don't practice what I preach. I preach what I practice. Whoa. Whoa. Talking my shit today. I preach what I practice. I do it first, then I talk shit. You don't ever hear me talk shit first. When have you ever heard me say something first? Never. You seen it first, and then I talk my shit. Mind you, you've seen it, and you still will talk shit as if you didn't see it. Like, you're looking at it. I remember back in the day, they used to be telling me that I'm photoshopping the videos. I'm like, how do you Photoshop a video? I didn't know that you could do that. You can Photoshop a video? Like, just making up all type of shit that don't make no sense. But I understand that people will say that because they don't want to believe that I'm actually doing it. This is why I want everybody in TA to document, because they're going to do the same thing with y'all. When you got the videos to back up what you did and people see it, they're like, damn. Wow. He really did do it. Yeah. Like, what did you think was going on here? And this is why I need you to document, because you need to have the actual documentation of what happened on your journey. That's why this is called freedom. That's why when you reach freedom, you don't start over. You're going to do this once. You're going to build your way to being in position one time. You ain't going to have to keep doing it. When you in position with hundreds of contracts, you're in position now. One trade pays your bills for a month. That's freedom. When you're in position where one trade pays all of your bills for the whole month, are you kidding me? From one trade. So you've already developed everything that you need to do in order to continuously execute that. It's just 1-0 over and over again. It's 1-0 when you start the project. It's 1-0 when you finish the project. It's 1-0 after the project. 1-0 when you're in position. 1-0 forever and ever and ever and ever. Because it's execution of the same process. The same process that it takes to build your way to freedom is the same process that keeps you free. Come on now. Come on. Come on. And this is what I mean. Like you and you got the videos to show that, yeah, look how the market look. Yep. There it is again. Another one. Look how the market look. Yep. Stable. Yep. There's another one. Because we're not doing anything different. But our skill is elevated. We got more patience than everybody. We got more discipline than all of y'all. Everybody out there that's not doing what we do, we got way more patience and discipline than you. And that's why we're going to win. And that's why if you in the market on the other side of the trade, when we in, you're going to lose. You and your risk reward. All you're going to be doing is giving me the reward. That's it. You risking your reward. Oh, man. This is good stuff. This is good stuff, man. So, I mean, you clearly see that this is just the same thing going on over and over again. Like, it's nothing new. It's nothing different. Oh, Marcus, I've noticed you're doing a new project. Is it the same as Project 21? You know how many times I did Project 21? I did Project 21 like 5 times. When I did Project 30 trades in 30 days, that was Project 21 again. And then I just kept going. That's all it was. That was the only difference. When I did All or None Project, that was Project 21. I think that was 21 trades, if I'm not mistaken. One of them other projects was, it's so funny, I was doing Project 21 before Project 21. It's so crazy. It's just crazy. But now it's just so well organized and concise, you know, that the entire thing is simplified for everyone so that when you train, you elevate your skill, you have the blueprint, you got the roadmap, you know exactly what to do, and you just do it. Like Nike. Just do it. See? That's the vibe right there. And I'm wearing a Nike shirt. Just do it. That's all. So for anyone that may have been confused, yeah, we not out here trying to get to freedom and then have to start over. That's not what this is about. Now, along your journey, of course, there are going to be some of you that begin. You might lose a trade and you have to start over. But understanding why you lost the trade is way more valuable and important than the fact that you did lose. Because if you know why, that is the reward right there for you. Oh, I was not patient enough. You need to work on patience more. Right? Oh man, I was focused too much on the trade. You need to work on discipline more. You need to work on market mode more. See, when something happens, you know exactly how to fix it. You dedicate all your energy and focus to fixing it. So you don't got to feel bad that you got to start over. You're starting over because you were not fully prepared when you began. And that's okay. See, it's all right if you're not fully there when you start the project. Because sometimes you won't know whether or not, you're there until you do. Some of you got to start. Like, I already know how some people are. They have to be hands-on. So they like, listen, I'm going to start the project next week. Okay. But understand that everything that I tell you that you're going to be going through, you're accelerating that now. Because by you starting the project, now you're going to start feeling everything. When I tell you about emotions and how it feels when you see your balance and when you win a trade, even though you only got one contract on the trade, that feeling you get in your stomach, how your emotions kick in. Like, oh man, I'm actually doing it. All of that happens and all of it is real. So I want you to record the entire way, because your recordings are going to help you on your journey. Every time that you record and you have a reference to be able to look back on, it elevates you, takes you up, man. And that's why it's mandatory. It's not optional. I'm not asking you. Some of y'all will be like, yeah, well, I took a trade, but I didn't record that one. Don't tell me that. Oh, I forgot to hit record. What are you talking about? When you log in, you should be hitting record. Come on now. Come on. Peter said, TA has evolved a lot since I've been here. Yes, we have. Yep. I mean, it's almost like a whole different place. But it is the same though. It's like, it's so crazy. It is the same, but it's like it just looks so much better, because you can see yourself actually doing what we do, but before you even start here what you have to do. Just like I tell people all the time, I'm like, listen, before you even start training, you need to be watching 301 Mindset every day. You need to get it in you before you get into training. Because when you get into training, you're going to get excited when you watch 301. You're going to get hyped. You're going to be like, oh, man, this is it. Yeah. You're going to be all excited. But you don't understand yet that there's patience you got to develop. There's discipline that you have to develop. You're going to need those things. You need those things when you're waiting for the market. You see what I'm saying? You need all that. And if you don't have all that and you try to come play around in the market is not playing with you. Market is not playing with you at all. Like, you understand? So it's not game time. It's not playtime. And this is why recording and documentation is so important, because it keeps you held what? Accountable. Come on now. We got to be held accountable, man. We got to hold ourselves accountable, and we have to hold each other accountable. And that's it. That's it. Oh, Jay Carter, she's clarifying what she's saying. I'm not talking about someone who got close and made a mistake and has to start over. Trust, this ain't my first project. 21. Don't log in until you hit record. Zero excuses. Yes. Yes. Yep. You can't keep telling me, oh, I forgot. Like, what are you talking about? That's like saying I forgot to breathe. Oh, I didn't remember to breathe. I forgot to take a breath. Recording is a part of our process. You need to be documenting everything that you're doing. If you're only observing and you're not trading yet, you should be recording already. I should know from your recording what the question is. See, some of y'all will have questions and you want to ask a question. If you have the recording, you ain't even got to ask me the question. Or if you ask me the question, send me the recording and then I can answer the question the way that you need to hear the question, because I'm seeing what you're asking about. Does that make sense? So, or just on every level, recording is what you need to be doing, period. It's not optional, and it's a part of our process. And that's it. That's just it. Yep. But this is good stuff, man. This is good. I definitely wanted to come on and do this today because I felt the need, to put this information out there as far as like the purpose of what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want people being sidetracked thinking, well, I started the project. Oh, well, I'm almost completed with that. I'm gonna start another project, get another account. Like, don't do all of that. Like, relax. The goal of you starting the project is to finish the project. That's the goal. And the only way that you're going to do that is through what I'm telling you to do. Number one, recording. You got to document. That's how, see, when you document and you record, that's how you immediately get corrected. So stuff that you were doing wrong, it could have been something as simple as you got the 5-minute chart up instead of the 1 minute. Something as simple as that. Something as simple as you got the market tab open instead of limit GTC. So we show you how to go in and change your settings so that it's on limit GTC by default. So you don't ever pull up a ticket and it has market there. It always has limit GTC so that you can enter in our threshold prices, 80.20 or 83.17, whatever you're using, right? Stuff like that. When you record, we see what you're doing. I'll look at your recording immediately, like, listen, you need to change your chart from 5 minutes to 1 minute, first of all. And you need to go into your settings and change, your option from market to limit GTC. Little stuff, right? So I can't do that if you don't record. You don't record and you don't show what it is that you're doing. How am I supposed to help you? How are we supposed to help you? How am I supposed to know what you're talking about? And I can't identify what you're talking about just from a screenshot either. I know that, screenshots are something that has become more common in the group, but I want recordings to be the only thing that we're doing. Straight up. Because it won't leave any room for any type of, I wonder what he was talking about. I don't have to wonder. I am looking at the recording. When you ask me the question, I can answer the question because I have the recording. I see what you were looking at. I can see it. I don't have to wonder. Does that make sense? So this is all about accountability. Help me help you. Help us help you. And that's how we grow as this collective that we call TA, man. That's it. That's it. So, yeah, man. All right, so, this was really good. This was really good. I felt that this was necessary, and I definitely wanted to get this out there. So I came on and dropped this topic today. But this is powerful, man. This is powerful. Recording, man. Recording is everything. That is our process right there. Recording. Documentation. I don't want to hear, I don't know how to use it. Listen, screencast is free. And even the paid version is cheap. So there ain't no excuse at all. Some of you even, I've seen that you'll take your phone and you'll record. That's better than nothing. At least you're making an attempt, but go ahead and get the screencast. It's all right. You can use screencast from the phone too. And there's other apps that allow you to record your screen on the phone. On Galaxy for Samsung, they got one called X Recorder. And they got a bunch of them for Apple, for the iPhone. So no excuses, man. No excuses. All right, man. So y'all know what it is, man. Mark for the TeamAlliance. So this is the Brooklyn Moses Podcast, Season 2, Episode number 33. In the bag. And we'll be back on the next episode, or we'll be doing live market observation or coffee and charts or something. All right? So y'all know what it is, man. Always got good content on deck. And everything that we do here is here to help you, elevate you. So take advantage of it. All right, you know what it is, man. Mark Fuller, TeamAlliance. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Peace.
Hey, I'm on top. Really, I'm on top. Yeah. Whole crew on top. Really, we on top. Wake up every morning with drive. Been on the grind, know I had to survive. We had to win. Started from the dirt and the rubble. I had to be the needle that was popping your bubble, letting the air out. Walking walking with a clear route. How we gon' rise today? I'm making mine today, go make yours. Double back and flip the proceeds. Last year on the corner sipping OE. Had to get off the block. Best friend smoking rock. Best man called the cops. Rose from the city that never sleeps, it's the melting pot. I came through with purpose. I never question if it's worth it. Homie, I'm on top. Really, we on top. I'm on top. See me, I'm on top. We on top. Hold